What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of where we are interviewing people every single day. People that are just like you and me, who are in the trenches, grinding, chasing their dreams. They never stop clicking. Today's episode, we're interviewing someone named Tyson, however you want to pronounce it. Welcome, my man. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Yo, so my name's Tizzle. My real name's Tyson. That's where the username comes from. I'm 19. I live in Illinois. I've been trading for about 6 months now. 4 months full time.
4 months in total?
6 months total. 4 months since I started really grinding it.
Okay, so you started 6 months ago. How did you get into it? Did you see something where you had a friend that was cooking, or?
Yeah, so I have been doing day trading for a while, indexes, futures. And it was through there around November time with the election. I wanted to step away from that since everything was very volatile. And that's when I found meme coins. I've been in crypto for about a year or so. And I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
So you find meme coins, you start trading, stuff's crazy at the time that you started. I remember back then how the market was. When you first started, how long did it take you to start being profitable?
I really did not start to become profitable until January of this year was my first really good month. And then in February, around when it died down or so, I hadn't really experienced the really low volume market. So I lost some money in February, and then later March, and then now in April is when I started becoming really consistent. Every day is ending in profits. But yeah, first 2 months was a lot of losses.
Yeah, which is very typical for most traders. I mean, honestly, a lot of people don't even ever get profitable, but the profitable ones usually started not profitable and then they work their way up. So you've been trading for a little while now, 4 to 6 months. What would you say is your biggest P&L? What's the most that you've made on one trade?
I think my biggest P&L was on Tulip. It was back in January when everything was super hot. They found a coin from a crypto movie coming out. They found a screenshot of it. I made like 20 or 25 SOL on that. That was my first real big trade. I made it off of 0.5.
Dude, that's awesome. And what would you say your biggest loss is?
My biggest loss is definitely Libra. I think I put...
Oh no.
It really wasn't even that much. I think I lost about 10 on that.
10 bands or 10 SOL?
10 SOL.
10 SOL? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dude, still hurts.
It still hurts.
Yeah, man. So you've been trading. You've had some good cooks. You've had some losses. What would you say has been something that you've struggled the most with since you started trading?
FOMOing for sure. Absolutely FOMOing. I used to just see volume coming from my wallet tracker. I'd see 3, whales, big traders ape a coin, and I would just buy after them because I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing for me. I mean, honestly, I ask this question every day, and it seems like the same answer is coming from everybody: is we don't want to miss out, so we blast, we get wrecked, right? That's crazy. If you could talk to yourself 6 months ago when you first started and give yourself some advice to try to save or help yourself, but you could only say one piece of advice, what would you do? What would you say?
Turn off the wallet tracker.
Yeah?
I think so. I traded for about a month, not quite a month, 2 weeks or so in January. I turned off the wallet tracker. That's when I started doing a lot better.
Do you use it now that you have the experience and skill, or you still trade no tracker?
Yes, yeah, I use it now.
Right, but when you first started, do you think it was just distracting you? You were looking at the wallet tracker and you weren't figuring out why coins were moving in the first place. You weren't looking at narratives and you were always late.
Absolutely, yeah. I was looking at the wallet tracker and I was just kind of watching these streams here in Potion, looking for coins to get in, and I would get in after everybody. But then I turned off my wallet tracker. I'm only buying stuff below 10K, and that's when I started doing really well.
Yeah, and you figured it out, right? I always tell people when you're in Potion, it's not about seeing what we see and copy trading us and buying after. It's about seeing the way that we're finding things that are good, what we're using to determine that. And we kind of scan together, we share information together, we all kind of give each other feedback. Sometimes I'm looking at something from my perspective, but you might have a perspective that truly gives me a bigger understanding of what the narrative is or isn't, right? So it's all about the teamwork and learning how to trade, right? Because when you're wallet tracking, when you're looking at all the stuff on the chart, you're studying the art of being late, is what I usually tell people, right? And when you study narratives and you're looking at new pairs all day, you're practicing the art of being early, right? And that's really the skill that you want to practice. Also, the RR is just better. You make more if it goes and you lose less if it doesn't. Yeah, man. So talk to me. You've been doing this for 4 to 6 months. You have had some success. If you could talk to the trader out there who is interested in getting started, or maybe they have been started but they're just not profitable, and give them one piece of advice, what would that be?
Yeah, I would definitely say take it very seriously. It's really easy to get wrapped up in the fact that it's Solana, it's not dollars, but take it very seriously as if it's real money. Follow your rules. It's not a game. Either lock in and go 110% or don't try it at all. That would be my biggest piece of advice to someone getting started.
Solid advice, right? I think it's a lot of people look at it as a game because you kind of feel like you're playing a game, and in some senses you are playing a PvP game. However, that sometimes gets you desensitized from what you're actually doing and how much money you're actually spending, and you'll be greedy a lot more than you need to be if you get desensitized to the fact that you're putting this kind of money out and you're risking it. So I think that's really good advice. And I'd stand by that. So to wrap up this interview, man, are you bullish or bearish on Solana right now?
I'm bullish.
You're bullish?
Solana summer.
Bullish too.
Solana summer.
Fucking Solana summer, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Everybody's cooking.
If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and show some love to Tyson. I'll link his socials down below and comment it. If you guys have anything that you want to see in the future, or if you guys want to be interviewed as well, everyone gets interviewed. You're all getting interviewed. Everybody that trenches every day, we're going to talk to you. We're going to find out what is going on in the trenches firsthand on the scene. That's wrapping up the stream. Thank you so much again, Tyson, for coming on. We appreciate you. You're the man. We're all rooting for you. I hope that you hit whatever the next Trump is. And with that being said, we're out here, guys. See you in tomorrow's episode.